If you'll listen to me for just a few moments.
Hey guys, it's Slynk here, and thanks for tuning in for episode 3. I actually haven't even moved from when I finished episode 2. I'm just going to continue recording, but I wanted to split up the episodes to about 1 hour each. So let's continue writing the song. So last time we added in a little sub where we listened and placed the notes according to where we had our bass chops, and then we EQ'd the sub range out of the bass chops, and we EQ'd the tops out of the subs, so they kind of match together and we can control the volumes of each individually. And then we created this kind of subby breakdown with a trumpet solo, which sounds kind of cool. But what I wanted to do is I wanted to add some tails onto these little bass chops so they kind of float over the sub a little bit. So we'll add a reverb or an echo or something in there. I definitely want an echo on this one. That'll sound cool with an echo, I think. So what I'm going to use is, I'm just going to my toolbox, and I have a little rack that I made called the Simple Echo Rack. And if I drag that in, this is super handy. Basically, there's 2 chains in the rack. One chain just lets the original signal right through without affecting it whatsoever. And then the other chain has a simple delay on it, which we're going to delete and add a ping pong delay. And basically I've got this utility rigged up so that when this knob is all the way down, the echo doesn't happen at all. But when I turn it up, it unmutes the signal before the ping pong delay. And if we set the ping pong delay to full wet, we'll only hear the effect of the ping pong and not the original sound. So I'm splitting it up and having things in one convenient knob here. And I also have the that chain volume mapped here. And I guess we can map the feedback as well, but we'll probably just leave it like roughly there. So all we got to do with this is press our B key to enter drawing mode and just draw this knob up so that it cranks all the way up to max for the duration of the sample and then goes back down again. And the advantage of doing things like this is I don't have to use a return channel. I mean, I could use a return channel, which might be a bit cleaner, but I prefer to do things like this. I don't know why, actually. It's just kind of a thing I do. Maybe, yeah, I have no idea actually, but it just, I like the way that you can just, you see how quickly I did that. It's super easy. I mean, the same thing I could do with a return channel, but I just find return channels to be a bit messy. For some reason, I like all the bass coming through this one group, you know what I mean? So if I want to turn that down, the volume of the echoes also gets turned down and everything like that. So I suppose that's a reason, but let's hear what that sounds like anyway. Yeah, that's pretty much the effect I wanted. Let's also do the same thing on this channel. So I just held down Control and dragged it up there, and the automation has also been copied, which is convenient. The feedback might be a bit too long. Turn that down a bit. Let's add a reverb in as well, I suppose. I want to turn the channel off and then enable it for this section. Did I say turn the channel off? I meant turn the effect off, and then we can tweak it to how we like it. I think I just want the high ends to be processed. We'll set the size all the way up and a nice long decay, 5 seconds or so. Set this to high, turn that off, turn the delay off, and we'll see what that sounds like. And we might try putting that before the reverb. Before the echo. I guess it doesn't actually matter where it is. No, I should put the reverb there so that the echo is getting reverbed. Yeah. Yeah. Might be a bit too long on the feedback still. Excuse me. Oh, and I don't want that sound to be reverbed. Or do I? No, I don't. I might just put that on a different channel. That should really be on the bass slaps channel anyway. Let's just put it on the bass slaps channel. Yeah. Yeah, that works. Okay. And I'm going to put this down here just so these are sort of next to each other. And we wanted to have the reverb, the same reverb on here too. Turn that feedback down a little bit. And there's a little intro to this horn. I just want the first note, so it's like bum, ba, bum, ba, what's that? Yeah, I don't think we can have it there. I'm actually not super sold on that echo. Maybe we need something different to sort of tail out there. I don't know. Not really sure what to do. More reverb, potentially? It just seems really loud and it cuts through too much. Maybe we'll try, instead of a ping pong, we'll go back to the simple delay. Yeah, we'll make it like a fast one. Yeah. Yeah, I like that better. Yeah, it sort of like blends in a bit better. Like you can't really hear that defined like left and right sound. So you guys are probably all face palming because you're like, why didn't you use a return channel? Because you're making more work for yourself. I don't know, man. This is just the way I like to do it. Okay, just get off my back. This is just how I do it. All right. Yeah, so just duplicate this automation over. And hopefully this sounds just as cool. That is such a cool sound. Is there more to that sound? Oh. Let's do that. That will be cool. I don't think we even need an echo on there. Maybe a reverb will go better. So we'll grab this reverb and throw it up here. And that should already have the automation where it turns on for only this section. But you know what? I'm going to delete that automation. I'm going to put this in a rack and just keep it on and turn it to full wet. Set another chain in here. And I'm going to do things using this mute key. So I'll just automate the mute key. Let's zoom in a bit more. Yeah, so it unmutes for that sound. And so what this will do, I've kind of already explained this, but it will unmute and it'll let the signal through to the reverb, which is set to full wet, so you'll only hear the reverb out of this half of the chain. So this is like the verb chain, and that, verb, and then this is just like dry. It's just like to let the signal through. And that way I don't have to worry about these sounds being reverbed when I don't want them to and whatnot. That is a lot of verb though. It's kind of, I want just the top end. Yeah, I like that. So now if I just copy this over, it should copy all the automation with it. And hopefully it sounds cool in the mix. Let's check it out. We could pitch bend that so it sort of follows. Yeah, let's try that. We'll pitch bend it up so it follows the sub, so it goes down, like upwards. Yes, let's keep the current clip timing. We will have to Control J that. Consolidate into, is that what it is? Yeah, consolidate. That's all that does. Transposition modulation. So we actually want this to go up 5 semitones over the duration. And oh yeah, we need to change the warping mode. We'll use texture, I suppose. Maybe we'll use complex. Yeah, that's perfect. Maybe we can I feel like it's not quite matched up yet though. It needs to be let's have a look at this. So where are we? Yeah, we're here. So it needs to be hitting. Is this a mistake? Oh no, that's right. It needs to hit. It should start. I gotta collect my thoughts here. It should start the pitch bend here and then go up to 5. I think we'll try and do that. So we want to start the pitch bend there, which is where exactly? How can we like visually see this? It's kind of tricky. I guess we'll put a cut in there. Okay. So it's there. All right. And we'll start the pitch bend there. And then it should be at 2 semitones up here. Okay. Control Z. Let's put that up too. And then it should at least be up 1 more by there. Control Z by there. And then it should be 4 semitones up at about there. Okay. Let's hear what that sounds like. Not the smoothest sound, is it? Maybe it'll sound good in the mix. I don't know. I don't know, guys. It sounded cooler before, but the sub wasn't matching properly. We could alter the sub. That already sounds better, actually, just dropping that down by 1 semitone. By an octave, I mean. We could cut holes in it to match, maybe. To match the sub. Nah, I like it long. I like it long. EQ it as well, so when it bends it also EQs, like we'll use a low pass so it kind of, yeah, that'll sound cool I think. So we'll start up here and then we will, actually before I do anything I'll make sure that it's only turned on for when these sounds are playing. When this sound is playing, I mean. Actually, we'll just do it like that. I don't think it will be too affected here. Oh, I can just kind of go like that because I don't want to affect the other notes. Yeah, I'll just do things like this. Whatever, so long as it gets done and it sounds sick as fuck. So now we can automate this. Just go like that. I think I want it to happen a bit quicker. And then slower at the end. A bit faster than that. That's pretty good. I like that. Let's duplicate it. Yeah, it kind of like blends into the sub a bit better, like that. You know what though, this slap, because it's being compressed here on this channel, we moved it. I might need to just turn the volume down on that a bit. Yeah, just so it's not getting compressed a second time. I'm liking this. We could do a solo here maybe. Like a little keyboard solo. That'll be fun, hey? Let's keep this going. Oh, sort of like get inspired. What channel are we going to put in? The synth channel, I suppose. Let's grab an instrument. I really like this guy, the Mini V from Arturia. When it loads up eventually. Okay. We'll just choose a preset. Alright. There's a cool worm one in here somewhere. Yeah, the leads. It's really quiet. Let me just, I'll just put an EQ and turn it up more. going to be fun. I got to like position the microphone and also move my my MIDI keyboard over here so I can play and maybe talk at the same time. Actually, maybe I'll just stop talking for a bit and I'm just going to jam out for a bit and see if I can come up with something cool. So I'll be back in a second. All right. Just going to hit record and just go for it, I guess. That's kind of sounding cool. This like little I might run with some variation of that. I'm getting wigged out by the pitch bend range. Yeah, it's at 3. I want it at 2 so that I can go like this. And let's get like a vibrato plugin going. I'm just leaning over and talking, so this is weird because my mic's over off to the side. Where's my tools? Okay, vibrato. So this is a neat plugin. It's like a guitar stomp sort of plugin, and there's like a bunch of stuff you can use, but I've got vibrato rigged up here so that I can map my mod wheel on my keyboard to affect this, which sounds like this. So if I just press Control M, what the fuck? What's going on here? Man. All right. Yeah, it's Control M. I don't know why it's not working. Anyway. What the heck? Okay, it's all good. So now we can kind of jam out like that. So let's jam out a bit. Oh. I think I got something cool there. So this is recording over and over itself. If I just hit the loop button and scroll this back, I can get what I just did in the last section there. And you can see it's recording my automation for the vibrato as well. And inside the clip, there should be, yeah, the pitch bends. So let's listen to this. I kind of like that. The timing is a bit off. Let me just resituate the studio here. The timing is a bit off, but we can just adjust that. Like, I'm not a perfect keyboard player. I'm more of a producer than a keyboard player, but if we just Control J that, we can go in and hopefully make this sound even cooler. So first thing to do is to set the grid to 16th notes and apply the groove, our funky groove here. And this is going to seem counterintuitive, but I'm going to place all these notes so that they are snapped right to the grid, because then the groove will automatically offset them to match the drums perfectly. So it's kind of like quantizing it, but I think in the long run it'll sound better than leaving it loose. Some of these shorter notes though, actually if I Control Z and then right click and go quantize settings and turn end off, it will keep the same length of the notes. So these two notes, I think the synth is set to monophonic mode. Yes. So if a note overlaps, it'll bend down to it, I think. Let's listen. Well, it has some sort of effect. It sounds like it overrides the filter and punches through. Yeah. I think I really wanted a vibrato there, but I just like messed up on the keyboard, so let's do a vibrato there. But now we have another one because I was kind of like catching up. So what if we slice this and move this? Oh, is that a bad idea to do it? Let's go back. Let's go back again. What if we take all this? We'll delete that and take all this and move it over here. But I liked the way that kind of walked up right before the end. So let's put that back where it was. Quantize that a bit. Yeah. This note here, it kind of like bounces between them, and I just did that by accident because I messed up on the keyboard, but it sounds cool, so I'm gonna keep that extra note there. It like bends. And let's click the headphone button so we know what note is note. What note is what. I think I wanted a higher note for that. Yeah. All right, so we'll have to fill this gap up with something different. Let's just delete all that. Something. Let's move this note this way actually. And where's the vibrato on that? Yeah, that should be cool. Oh. Uh-oh. Yeah. So what I'm going to do now to try and fill this gap in is I'm going to loop this section and hit the plus button before I hit the record button, and it'll replay these notes and record it into the clip, and then I can add notes in on the fly, and we'll try and come up with something better for that section. So let me just move the mic out of the way and get the keyboard ready, and we'll hit it. What's happening here? I've got to delete this pitch bend. Okay. I might need to not hit record and then try and jam out a few ideas first before I hit record, so let's try that. What have I done here? I'm just gonna start again here. There we go. Oops. Okay, let me just jam out some ideas. Yep. All right, mic back in position. I think that'll probably do it. We'll just quantize them a little bit and listen again. There is this should not be here. Okay. And this pitch bend is kind of messed up. So I'm just going to draw it in kind of half manually. Looks like I wanted it to slide up there. And I don't think I want it to slide down quite so quickly. Uh-oh. Yeah, let's just put another marker there so we don't lose the 0 position. Something like that. Yeah. Let's delete this other garbage. Yeah, I like this. Okay, so the solo kind of runs into this sax. So let's just delete that bit. Yeah, to give like a little gap for the sax. The clarinet's there, which is sort of, there's already a gap for that. That's just a stab. But over here, let's try and move this over here, maybe. Let's try and move it to here. I'm not super happy with this pitch bend anymore, actually. Let's delete it and start again. I want it to be... I want it to swing a bit. Let me start again. Let's have... this is kind of trial and error. Just sort of... It's best when you nail it with the actual recording, but... Yeah, so that's a bit too late. That's pretty good. All right. And just before, when I wasn't talking, I just added this plugin in to sort of try and widen up the trumpet. Because it was really centered and stale. So if we add this in, it's a isotope ozone imager, and I could probably achieve the same thing with a delay, but I don't know, this plugin sounds really nice when you like use the stereo-rise. And you have this cool graph that shows you like where the sound is on a like, well, it's a vector scope, so some cool views. Oh, there's some ugly clicks in there. Delete that. Yeah. And let's actually add the same plugin onto the sax. Yeah, to widen it up. There's a nice reverb on that. Actually, maybe I'll add a reverb on the trumpet to kind of try and match the sax. Maybe we shouldn't have the bass clarinet during the trumpet and just have it over here, because it's too much stuff going on at the same time. That's pretty similar, I think. And this stab is nice, but I would love to have like a bigger horn stab. So what I usually do is I have like a lot of samples keyed in mixed in key. I'm not sure if the recording will pick up the audio. So I've got like tons of samples in here, and I'll just like, we're in E minor, so that's 9A. But I'm just going to go through a couple of these samples in here and try and find like a horn stab. I think one of these is going to be good. I'm not sure if the recording will pick up this audio, but yeah, one of these. Yeah, let's use that one. I'll just drag this over to my second screen and then drag it in, and I will make a new channel and throw that here. Set one on there, and bam, horn stab. Let's just turn warping off, and we'll fade the end of that clip and throw it in and call it horn stab, color it yellow, and we're done. And let's actually reverb that quite a lot. So it has a nice long tail on it. Bam! It's like an epic stab. Bam! Okay, not that epic. Something like that. Let's change the diffusing network. A little bit more bass. Maybe not that long either. Let's add a ping pong delay. And nope, I hate that. Okay, that sounds cool though. It's actually still a bit too long and too bassy. That's probably good. Oh, that's right. We had that for the volume. I want to add some effects to this to make it sound a bit cooler. Let's try a chorus first. I'm going to EQ it a bit to try and get some nicer frequencies happening. We could try to distort it slightly. Now it's peaking really hard, so let's compress it. I'm starting to like that. It's a bit too loud. Actually, the pitch bend on the very beginning doesn't sound quite right, so let's delete it and do it again. Maybe a bit later. No, I think I had it right there. I think it's a bit too early though. I hate it when I have to try and get back to 0. Ah, it's close enough. Oh, I had it. Come on, yes. Turn these clarinets up. I'm going to compress them as well actually, because there's a note at the beginning which you can't quite hear in the mix. So I want to try and bring that out more. Is that like the wrong note as well? It should be like a lower note, right? Yeah, that sounds better. Like one semitone lower. And then we'll just use a fade to like blend those two bits together. Yeah, that sounds way better. Okay. Let's copy this over to here, and we're also using it over here. Done. I want to shorten all these notes, so I'm just going to select them all and then just like so. Maybe a bit too short now, but yeah, I want it to sort of bounce more. Same with some of these, like I think this one could be shorter. I want to grab the edge of that. These can be shorter too. And I want these to be shorter. I think it's funkier when it's shorter, you know? Maybe I'll try change the timing on this a little bit. Yeah, that's funkier. Funkier. Oh, that's nice. I think I like these ones long because there's shorter ones in between them. But let's try like start them short and then they get longer. Yeah, that's pretty cool. This last one can be nice and short, I think. I still don't like that. This sounds weird to me. I'm not happy with that yet. Let's try to do it later. Is it because it's not bending down again soon enough? Or it should be like, I don't know, let's try it there. We could try copy the same pitch bend from over here, because that one was pretty nice. Oh yeah, look at that. Boom. Okay. Problem solved. Let's like mess with the settings a bit. I just grabbed a preset and we started jamming, so let's try and make this sound even cooler. Just messing with the attack time on the cutoff. That distortion's probably a bit much, eh? Let's turn it back a bit. nice if we could have like another layer under that, which is like an octave lower. So I'm not too familiar with this synth, but we should be able to figure it out pretty easy. I know these switches, you got to turn it on or something. Oh yeah, not that one. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, that's sounding cool. I like that. Let's I have another thing in my toolbox, which is a auto wah. So we can try wah, use a wah pedal. It's like that same vibrato thing, but I've just like saved it so I can just drag it in, because otherwise you gotta load the plugin and click yeah, and then get the settings you like. So I find this to sound really cool, but it's really hard. Like it gets super resonant and it just sounds like garbage sometimes. But other times it sounds cool. It depends. Yeah, that's sounding nice. I think a little bit more attack on the cutoff would sound cool. Anyway, I'm wasting too much time on this. I think it needs to be wider. This chorus is not really doing what I want it to do. I'm going to delete it. Do I want to delete it? Yes. Yes, I do. Let's try... we could just try a simple delay to widen it, instead of using that crazy plugin that I used before. So I'll just set it to full wet, and we'll just put this at 7 milliseconds. So basically the right channel is going to play 1 millisecond later after its input signal, and then the left signal will play 7 milliseconds after that. And so your brain sort of perceives that as being a really wide sound, because, you know, it's playing slightly offset on either speaker. And I never put a reverb or anything on there, so let's collapse some of this stuff. And we'll get a reverb on there. After the compressor, obviously. And I might just be efficient here and just copy the same one I used for the trumpet, because I think I want all those kind of reverbs to match up. Yeah, I'm done with that. That sounds good. This guitar, what was this? Oh yeah, that's alright. We'll take that out. Let's just listen and we'll see what else we need to do, I guess. But we're almost out of time for this episode. I like that. It's a bit too loud. I think it's too wide now. I almost want it more in the center. Yeah, that sounds good. What color are you using? One of them. That one. Okay. I think this is sounding really cool. After the breakdown, we want like a more of an impact sound because it kind of just, I don't know. We want a big crash or a psh. There is a sound down here in the effects that Father Funk sent, which is like a side-chained, oh, this isn't even on anymore, but it's like a side-chain white noise thing. It sounds cool, but we want something else. What else have we got here? This is a riser. I think we had some effects, yeah, from our sound design session at the beginning. Yeah, I'm going to use this whip thing. And we'll have the crack right on the... right there. I'll have to time this right though. Yeah, that's how I want it. If we had that there, maybe. That's kind of cool, but we're taken away from the sax. Let's just use this here, and then I'll use those whips another time. Let's add a huge reverb on that. So it goes forever. Yep. Oh, and we have the extra stab too that I forgot about. We can add that in, which will add to like the impact effect when we sort of land into the beat there. Let's try the triangle in here. Yeah, I kind of like that. Feels a little bit too empty. One other idea is there's a gap here. So we could put one of the bass sounds in there. So that was like the 1, 2, 3, like the last section of the beat. So let's grab like that sound. Yeah, let's just grab those two, put them here. And I'll delete that. Cool. Okay. Well, that'll do it for this episode. We're getting closer to finishing this song, I would say. What else is there left to do? We need to tidy up the intro, tidy up the breakdown, and then we'll want to do like a second like bass section. So what I might do is use some more synths, and we'll just see what we come up with. I suppose I won't do this chopping style. I might take the MIDI file from the sub and apply that to a synth, and we'll just automate a bunch of stuff to have like a different feel for the second, kind of after the second build up sort of thing. And we might like sub in some of these little pieces like we did here to give a little bit of a different effect. But that's the plan for the next episode. Stay tuned for the next one, and thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Bye bye.